Good morning, my CELPIP friends. Today we are going to have a very short and quick chat about CELPIP speaking, and we're going to focus on the introductions and the conclusions to your CELPIP speaking. We're probably only going to look at 2 or 3 questions in this particular video. My name is Ronan, I am the CELPIP teacher, and I hope you're ready to learn. So like I said, this video is focused on the introduction and the conclusions for CELPIP speaking. I can't stress this enough. Your introduction and your conclusion is vital to securing a high score in CELPIP. The introduction is literally the very first thing that the rater is going to hear, and the conclusion is literally the very last thing the rater is going to hear. So you need to make a good impression at the start, and you need to leave a good impression at the end. So let's think about task number 1, giving advice. In task 1, your friend has a problem. You need to give your friend advice. How do you start this question? In task number 1, you must talk directly to the speaker. So that means when you start this question, you need to say hi and a name. Hi Ronan, hi John, hey Mary, hi Salam, how's it going? You start question 1 the exact same way you would talk to a friend on the street. Hey, long time no see. Hey John, what's going on? And immediately after that, you can paraphrase the question. I like to use a phrase very simple like I heard. I heard you are blah, blah, blah. So, for instance, maybe your friend is going to choose a new job and you need to give them advice. Hi, Mary. I heard you're looking for a new job. Hey, Salam. I heard you're choosing a new job. I can help you. So for task number 1, you always start with a regular greeting and a name, because you are talking directly to the speaker. Now, task number 2 is a little different. In task 2, you are not talking directly to the speaker. In task 2, you need to start with a time reference. So in task 2, you are setting the scene. In task 2, you're talking about a memory, you're talking about an experience. And so therefore, you need to start with a very general sentence using a time reference. For instance, it was 10 years ago in Spain. It was. Or you could say, I was hanging out with some friends in Spain and blah, 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 blah. Whenever we start task 2 talking about a personal experience, I always like to use the past continuous. It was. I was on vacation. I was visiting friends. I was sitting in a restaurant having a great time. So for task 1, you talk directly to the speaker. But for task 2, you don't. For task 2, you need to start with a time reference and usually the past continuous, because we're setting the scene. I was sitting in a restaurant in Spain in summer. Now you know the where, you know the when, and you know the what. I was sitting in a restaurant. Where? In Spain. When? Last summer. Now, let's talk about finishing these 2 different questions. So in task 1, you need to end your speaking with a very simple salutation. And my advice for finishing CELPIP speaking task 1 is to use the word anyways. Anyways. Practice it. Anyways. This will be the start of your conclusion. Anyways, I hope this advice helps. Anyways, let me know if I can do anything else. anyways, I'm sure you'll be fine whatever you do. Because remember, you're giving advice to your friend, right? And so if you're talking to your friend, or you imagine you're leaving a voice message to your friend, well, you need to finish it. And you don't just hang up, you need to introduce the goodbye. And that's where you say, anyways. Anyways, I hope this advice helps. Just a generic sentence. Nothing special, nothing crazy. But that means we have a nice start and we have a nice finish. Very, very important. However, task 2 is a little different. In task 2, you really need to finish this question with something special. You're talking about a memory, right? And because we're talking about a memory, you really need to let the person know how it was in one sentence. Imagine just one sentence and you have to summarize everything. Overall, it was a great time. Overall, I'll never forget it. Anyways, it was a pretty fun experience. Anyways, it was a very frustrating experience and I'm glad it's over. What else can I say? I don't think I'll ever forget it. So, you can use overall, you can use anyways, or you can use a phrase like, what else can I say? It was amazing. What else can I say? I can't wait to go back. What else can I say? I really enjoyed it. So there you go, folks. Just a very short video giving you advice about CELPIP Speaking Task 1 and CELPIP Speaking Task 2. Remember, the introduction and the conclusion are incredibly important for CELPIP Speaking. My name is Ronan. I'm the CELPIP teacher. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Drop me a comment with your questions. I love to help people with CELPIP. Bye for now.